Always believe in yourself and find something you're good at and keep doing it. And never give up.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Ashley, and today I am joined by Marlynne Stutzman. Marlynne is a Special Olympics Florida athlete whose story embodies courage, resilience, and the pure joy for the challenge. She's recently completed one of the world's most iconic open water swim events, the Odyssey Escape from Alcatraz, battling rough, cold waters and becoming just one of 9 swimmers to finish. Known as the fish for her strength in the water, Marlynne is no stranger to pushing the limits. She's a Special Olympics USA Games gold medalist, a member of the Special Olympics Florida Hall of Fame, a Boston Marathon finisher, and in 2023 made history by completing a full IRONMAN World Championship in Kona. Beyond competition, Marlynne is using her voice to inspire communities and empower fellow athletes. She reminds us that with determination and heart, there's no challenge that is too great. And I'm truly honored to introduce her on this podcast. So with that, Marlynne, welcome. Thanks so much for joining me.
Hello. Thank you for letting me have me. When I wanted to do the Alcatraz swim, I bugged my dad for 2 years to do it. And I said, I want to do this, Dad. And he said, okay.
What was the inspiration? Because for those who are unaware, can you share a little bit about this event and what makes it so challenging?
So people say the swim is challenging because it can be super cold and it could be choppy water and it could be very rough and stuff. And it can be super challenging. And I thought maybe since I was able to do Ironman Kona and stuff, and I thought Ironman Kona was challenging, I thought maybe since my strong points is the swim, I thought, what challenge myself to prove I'm a great swimmer to try find a challenging swim to do. And then my dad mentioned, how about the Alcatraz escape swim? And I said, I will love to do that.
I love how you just look at the next challenge as if the Ironman isn't a big enough challenge, and really leaning into your strengths in that way. I wanted to ask you a bit about your nickname, the fish, and how that came to be.
It's kind of funny. My nickname is the fish is because I knew how to swim before I knew how to walk and talk. And I was only 2 years old. And my dad said if he tried to take me out of the water, I will start screaming and crying at him like, no. So I just fell in love with the water. And then in Special Olympics, one of my swim coaches said, you're just like a fish. So your nickname is the fish now. And it's so fitting to me because my name's Marlynne. And people like say, your name's Marlynne. And I said, yeah, but if you look at it the other way is Marlynne, like the fish. And then my middle name's Bay. So like Bay of the water. So it's just like people start calling me the fish because of it fits me so well.
I love that. And how is that, when you think about these events that you're doing and you're in the water, do you have that sense that you're embodying that nickname in a way?
Yes, I feel like I'm at home because sometimes during a triathlon or something, I will run into a manatee or a dolphin and I say, I'm just one of them. And I just hit the tail of a bunch of times I had done sprint triathlons and I'm just swimming with the manatee, the first one out of the water, the manatee hit my hand and gave me good luck.
Manatees are the best, right?
Yeah.
You said it's like feeling at home. Does that give you that motivation, that push, that inspiration when you're in there to keep going, when the waters are rough and when it's cold and whenever,
Yes.
you're facing the resistance? So you have achieved a lot over your time as an athlete, and
Yes.
many events and obstacles that, I am an endurance athlete myself, and I look at your resume and all that you've done and you've achieved, and I'm just in awe of, of your accomplishments in that way. And I know the dedication, I know the sacrifice that it takes to train and to prepare for these big events and the long hours that you're out there on a course and pushing your body through the challenges. So I want to go there a little bit and would love if you could speak to some of the preparation that it takes to be able to show up and perform at the level that you're performing at.
So, on Penny, I'm actually getting ready to do Ironman Florida in November 1st,
Wow, it's
and
coming up.
this will be my second full Ironman. So, during like the presentation to get ready for that, I'm trying to see like how many goos do I need to take on the bike and how many hydration and to make sure I can keep going with all the carbs and all making sure it doesn't make me super tired, makes me hydrate and keep me going. So we've been messing with like what works for me to keep me going.
It's a lot. It's definitely it's a lot for sure, and I think it speaks to the awareness that you have of yourself and what it is that your body needs to prepare and learning more about that and also
Yeah.
the discipline that it takes to do that.
For me to get ready for a Ironman, I have to think of what tradition do I need for the swim? What stuff do I need for the swim? So like for the swim, okay, I need if it's the water's too cold, you need a wetsuit. I need a squeezable applesauce to drink before I start to swim. I need my goggles and cap. And then for the bike, now you know, okay, for the bike, you're gonna need 8 water balls and 8 goos, and then you're gonna have a applesauce on T1, and then when you get to the off the bike, you have T2, what you're gonna need for the one. It's like, okay, you have to think about all the stuff you need is more like you're thinking about a marathon.
Totally. So you're speaking to some of this physical preparation and nutrition in that way. I want to ask you about some of the mental preparation. So, is there anything, any kind of pre competition routines that you have that you practice to get yourself mentally prepared to go into that race, that event, that swim?
Well, I always tell myself, okay, double check to make sure you have everything. Don't forget anything. Make sure you have all the nutrition you need. Make sure you have extra goo 'cause you never know if you need it or not. So sometimes people say athletes overpack. I might overpack
Yeah.
because you don't never know what you need until you have to like put it all together and keep it all organized.
You have to be prepared.
Yes.
What is your favorite part about showing up on the day of an event?
So I love the whole experience, but my favorite part is the swim. I love to swim. I kind of hate when the swim gets canceled. I honestly, depending, the swim is my favorite part. That's my strong point. I'm always the first one out of the water, so I can get onto the bike and yeah.
When you're swimming in that, what is that experience like? What's going through your mind?
So when I'm racing a triathlon during the swim, my main focus is to stay with my guide.
Mhm.
So, because I'm swimming with a guide, and your guide has to stay with you during the whole swim, the bike, and the run. So, my main focus is to sight my guide and stay with her because I don't want to. If I lose her, I'll have to wait for her, and we don't want. I don't want to lose her, so I'm more focused on staying with her in the swim.
So you have a level of focus that you know each time that you're going into this is like you were just saying from the nutrition to the preparation to when you're in the water, you're focused, you're ready. And it's amazing because you're achieving such incredible results throughout this process. And then that's driving you all the more to seek out these new challenges that you're doing. For example, Alcatraz that you just did and where that inspiration came from, out of knowing that you're able to conquer all of these other events that you've done in the past.
Yep. And I just try to find new challenges and new events to do. Me going to the second time going to the Boston Marathon, that's an amazing amazing to go and actually qualifying this time instead of going for a bib. Somebody gave me the bib, so I'm actually qualified to go this time. So there's a little bit different feeling and super psyched to go and stuff like that.
Totally, and that's a big deal to qualify for the Boston Marathon. Just wanna say that with emphasis, that's a very big deal.
Yes, it is, and I'm super psyched. I can't wait.
You should be very, very proud of yourself. I know there's a lot of people cheering you on, but that's a huge accomplishment, and congratulations to you, and that's next April, correct?
Yeah, April 20th. It's gonna be my third marathon by myself.
Amazing, amazing. You have any personal goals for that marathon?
So my goal for the Boston Marathon is to do 3:30,
Okay.
3 hours and 30 minutes. Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I did really well doing a 3 hour and 53-minute marathon time, so I think I could do 3:30 because I do have our marathon coming up is the Space Coast Marathon, and I'm hoping to do like 3:40. So that will give me one more step to do 3:30. Yeah.
What does your timeline look like when you're training? You have this event coming up in November.
So right now I'm training for Ironman Florida, so I'm training for a marathon and stuff like that. So I go one by one. So like the Boston Marathon, I can start focusing on that after December.
Yes, yes, I love
Yeah.
that. I love that. I think that's such a big lesson, not just in sports, but in life,
Yeah.
about focusing on the present moment versus what's happening 6 months from now or 12 months from now.
Or 8 months because of the Boston Marathon's 8 months away. So that's like, okay, that's like
It
plenty of time to move it out of the way. You're qualified, you're going, okay, move that out of the way and focus on your other things first.
Yes, absolutely.
For I'm in Florida, my goal is to do 12 hours flat. So that's my main focus right this minute.
You got this. I mean, you're showing time and time again throughout your journey that you are just conquering all of these feats. And I think it's an inspiration to so many people, and you're empowering so many other athletes. So, what is your message to those listening that want to try something new and want to push themselves?
Always believe in yourself and find something you're good at and keep doing it. And never give up. Always reach for the star and believe in yourself. And don't listen to other people. Always listen to the people who are showing you the way, that path, or don't listen to doubters.
Don't listen to the doubters. No.
Yes.
Check in with yourself and trust yourself and believe in
Yes.
yourself. And I think those support systems that we do have around us that are encouraging us and that believe in us as well too. So whenever you think about right now and you have the Ironman Florida coming up, what does your day to day look like?
Okay, so day-to-day training is different every single week or every single day for me. So like tomorrow, I have a hour swim and then I have a hour and 10-minute one with speed work in it. So that's a pretty long workout for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And like the next day, I have a 5 hour bike ride and then say like a 6 mile one practicing my marathon pace for the Ironman because we're really trying to make sure I start off easy and not start off too fast during the one. Because I will say my feet are little speedy fish feet, and I like to start off too fast.
I think that goes with running too. I've experienced that as a runner myself. I've had goals and uh, I start off way too fast, and then I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah,
should
I
have
actually did
paced it."
that during the marathon. Started off like I was supposed to start off with like a 9:05 pace, and instead I started off like a 8:50 pace.
Mhm.
My dad said my coach was messaging him saying, "Tell her to slow down." And my dad said, "I'm not gonna tell her to slow down. If you slow down, she's not gonna qualify."
You got your eyes on the prize for sure.
Yeah, so I just kept going. Like my fastest mile was like a 8:18 pace. So I just kept at 8-minute pace the whole entire time, like 8:30s, 8:40s, and then the last 3 miles, I went down to, like, a 9-minute pace because my legs were cramping up. I was dying, but I kept going and I was able to finish under 4 hours, and I was like, "Okay."
The theme of this podcast is the endurance that lives within each and every one of us to keep going. And I
Yes,
believe that it's endurance. There's so much crossover between sport and in life. And it's in those moments when you want to stop, but you keep showing up, you keep pushing through, and you find that internal strength to keep going. So,
yes.
what does endurance mean to you?
Endurance means to me is not sure.
You're living it. What is that inspiration for you to keep going and to keep showing up?
I just wanna show people just like me what they can do if they are a endurance athlete or have a disability just like me, and they're wondering what they are good at and what they want to do for their is this whole life and experience and challenging them.
You're showing them what's possible.
Yes.
And what's your vision for the future for yourself? What are your big dreams and goals knowing that you're just conquering all of these major events and you're doing the biggest marathons in the world, Ironmans, those accomplishments, things that people are training their entire lives for in ways to be able to do one, and you're doing a lot of
Multiples.
them.
Yeah, my dream I looked at is my biggest dream in life is to go to the Olympics and win the Olympics torch one year. That's my biggest dream I'm after.
I think that you are an inspiration again to so many people, and it's such an honor to have a conversation with you and learn more about how you show up, how you prepare, and the dedication and commitment that it takes. And prior to us hitting record, you had shared that you just got the news yesterday about Boston for next year, which is just something
Yes, I am
to
so
celebrate.
excited. I can't wait. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe got in, I qualified because I remember going through these big marathon drawings and then not getting chosen, and it's always upsetting. So when I found out I got chosen for Boston, I was like, yes. And it made me feel so good because when you go through these drawings for the bigger marathons, and it sucks when you don't get chosen after and after and after and after. And so then you just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. And then when you find out and you finally get chosen, it feels so good because you worked so hard for it and stuff.
The persistence pays off.
Yes.
And you are such an example of what that looks like when you put in the hard work and you're committed and you have a goal and you show up and you sacrifice every day, and the discipline again in the training. I think just coming back to that is so important because it's such a big lesson for all of us, not just athletes, but any goals that we have in our lives. If we want to achieve them, if we want to reach them and exceed them, have even more possibilities, it's that consistency and showing up. And you did that, and getting a phone call like you did, or getting you know,
Email.
the email that you got yesterday that you are in for Boston in 2026 is just amazing. And I think that that's so much that, we can look at and celebrate with you, and also be inspired by that as well.
And the funniest thing is the Boston Marathon is my favorite marathon too. So like as I'm going back to my favorite marathon and I'm so psyched.
I love that, Marlon. And yeah, when you think about all that you have done, that you have accomplished in this, and just your journey along the way, that there's no doubt that there's challenges that come, there's setbacks, but there's also overcoming. And that is in the persistence, that's in the commitment, that's in the grit that you have to keep going and to conquer. So thank you for sharing this. I want to close with a question, and it's a pretty open question, but what encouragement do you have for somebody who is on the fence about signing up for an event, trying something new, or going after a new goal?
Just do it. Just do it. Sign up and just do it, and you're going to love the experience and doing it, and if you believe in yourself, you're gonna reach your goals. just sign up and do it, and you're gonna love the experience.
You're gonna learning so much in the process.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Marlynne, for being here and joining in on the podcast. I'm cheering for you. I know those listening in are cheering for you, and you have so much support around you. And it's just so awesome to follow along your journey and what's next and what's ahead, and wishing you all the best, Florida Ironman, and then, everything to come.
Thank you for having me.